Hi guys, my name is Michelle and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually my first YouTube video that I'm recording. I don't have too many people that I can connect with and speak about books, so I'm coming here on this platform to meet some of you guys and connect and talk about books that you're reading, books that I'm reading, and like what we rate them, what reviews we give them, if we recommend them to each other. And this is just my way of still being able to contribute back to the BookTok community, but also like participate in it a little bit more because I feel like I'm so invested in this and it's such a big part of my life. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. The structure I envisioned this channel to look like would be weekly reading vlogs, monthly wrap-ups, monthly TBR picks. I really want to vlog my experience going into stores and picking out books because honestly my favorite thing to do is just browse through bookstores, and I want to take you guys along with me. I'm going to start off by saying this month was actually my birthday month. So I got a few gifted books and I went to the bookstore a few more times than I usually do. I want to do like a bit of an unhaul. I usually don't buy this many books, but I will say I had this YouTube channel in mind. So I think I kind of went overboard and got too excited and wanted to just like fill up my shelves and, kind of set myself up for success as I launched this channel. So I kind of went overboard, but no regrets. I'm very happy for every single purchase that I made, and I want to do an unhaul video for you guys. My first bookstore that I went to was The Ripped Bodice. I was actually in LA. I'm from the Bay Area, by the way, but I was in LA because we did like our summer Disney trip, and I definitely wanted to stop by the store and pick out a few goodies. So here's the thing, I'm not like a modern romance kind of girly or a contemporary romance kind of girl, but when I went into the store, something happened to me. I feel like my brain just shut off and all I could think of was all of those famous BookTok, BookTube books that you could think of, and I was hella influenced to buy all of them. This bookstore is geared more towards like BookTok girlies and what they're recommending each other. So just know that before you go in. I really felt like I bit off more than I could chew with all of the stuff that I purchased, but I digress. I recently read The 7-Year Slip not too long ago, and it honestly got me out of such a reading slump. When I read more of those types of books, because they are so popular on BookTok and BookTube, I want to be able to read them, but more as like a filler book to get me in between books, because some of the books that I read are a lot more heavier. So I feel like breaking them up this way really will work out, especially since I had such a great experience with The 7-Year Slip. And honestly, I don't want to feel like I'm missing out anymore. Like everyone's reading these and I want to be a part of that too. And I don't want to feel like I'm blocking some genres because I am reading more other genres, if that makes sense. But anyways, let's get into this haul because I'm so excited. I want to talk about the merch because the merch is actually really, really cute. And I saw like all of those like BookToker girlies or BookTube girlies, they all went to the Bodice bookstore in New York, and that's kind of how like I figured out about this store. And they bought so many cute merch. So let me start off with this one. I got their sweater. Let me open it actually. Okay, I hope it's my size. I just grabbed a medium, but oh yeah, it's gonna fit. Oh, it's so cute. I love the hot pink. Okay, wait a minute. It's so cute. Oh, love this. So I bought this one. I should have bought a shirt, but honestly, like I was so overwhelmed in the store. I just didn't know what to buy first. I didn't know where to look first. And I had both of my kids with me. They were kind of giving me a hard time, even though my husband was like doing such a good job at keeping them tamed. You just can't be in a bookstore with kids for very long. But anyways, I also got these socks. Like, how cute are these socks? So this pattern is like their signature pattern. I'm not really sure if it signifies anything related to books, but oh my God, I just thought this was so nice, especially for fall when I read my books. I can just wear these too. They're adorable. Love it. Okay. I also got a pin. Okay, so I got a ripped, I don't know if you can see it. Let me get a little bit closer. But I got this pin right here, and it's so cute. It's the Ripped Bodice, a romantic bookstore pin, and I thought this was adorable, and I wanted like some sort of souvenir that I don't have to necessarily wear that I can keep that can remind me that I visited the store. I went in here in the beginning of July and I realized like I don't have a summer book selected just yet. If I need a summer book, this would be the place to like buy it, right? Spoiler alert, I walked out of there thinking I got my summer reading book, but I actually went to another store and I actually found the perfect summer book for me. But anyways, I'm going to start off with First Time Caller. I hear so much about this book. I hear so much about B.K. Borson as an author, and I really wanted to pick it up. So I think like the book was really cute. I love pink, and so I thought this would be a great addition. A lot of the YouTubers that I follow have recommended this, and they actually continue on into the series. So I thought this was a good book to pick up to see if I like her writing and if I want to, read up more of her writing. B.K. Borson does a lot of like book tours, so she's in the area. And I feel like if I read this and I like her work, I'm definitely going to go see her. So I got First Time Caller. Next up, I got Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It. And first of all, I only picked this book because of the cover. Like, how freaking cute is this? I can never say no to a pink book. I'm obsessed. This is a book about Phoebe who's turning 30 and she's looking to have a fun time before she turns 30. So funny because the author is Brooke Averick and she's a podcaster. And literally she shows up on my feed all the time. And I did not know she wrote a book. So I'm so excited to read this. It seems like it's cute and funny and like a good filler book. And it's also autographed by the author. And I think she is local to the area too. So she signed it right there. That was my second book. So moving on, I got Out on a Limb by Hannah Bowman Young. I personally thought this was such a cute cover. Picked this up because I really was intrigued about the prosthetic leg. I haven't really read too many books about people with disabilities, and I was so intrigued. This book follows Wynn, who has a one-night stand with Beau and ends up pregnant. I think Beau is ready to like step up to the plate, and it's like their journey of becoming parents. So super cute. So next up, I got Emily Henry books. I hear about Emily Henry all the time on BookTok. And these are the two most popular books I want to say that I hear a lot of other BookTokers talking about. I had to get Beach Read because like how freaking cute is this? Like I've never seen that hardcover. I always see people holding up the paperback. And then it also has sprayed edges. I don't really care too much about it. I think it's supposed to be like the sunset on the beach, but anyways, super cute cover. I'm so excited to add this on my shelf. And this one here is Funny Story. Honestly, I think this is the most popular Emily Henry book that I see on BookTok. Of all the books that I got, I actually read a couple pages before picking this book up at the bookstore. And I really liked her writing. I wanted to see if I liked her writing before I pick up two books. I picked this one up, read the first couple of pages, and I loved it. Okay, next I want to reveal the book that I thought was going to be my summer read. I asked the woman who was working there that day if she could help me choose the perfect summer read, either her recommendation or one book that she sees sell quite often. And she recommended One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. And I got a book. I got a little cute bookmark too. She read it herself. She really liked it. I think there is a prequel or like another book that you need to read before this book, but she said that it wasn't really necessary. And so I decided to pick it up. Heard so many good things about One Golden Summer. I know that I think Amazon picked it up for like a series and it seemed to not really catch my eye because I felt like the cinematography was a little lackluster, but I hope that the books aren't. But yeah, I walked out of there pretty confident that this was going to be my summer read. But spoiler alert, I'm back. Sorry, my battery just died. So I might be like in a different position than I was before, but I walked out of there very confident that this was going to be my beach read. But I found another book that I think is like the quintessential definition of a summer read, for me at least. So I'm excited to share with you guys that a little bit later. So this was my ripped bodice haul. I got some merch too, and I'm so excited to get to these and add them to my shelf. My next haul is from Banter Bookshop, and they are located in Fremont, California, and I love going there. This is honestly probably one of the only bookstores that's like really accessible to me. I don't live in Fremont, but my husband works there and my in-laws live there. We always make our way to Fremont at least once a week. So when I go there, I always try to stop by. They're so nice. I love their inventory of books. They have such a great selection. And if I ever need a book that's not in stock, I just order it. It gets there within like the next 2 or 3 days and my husband picks it up and brings it home on his way from work. So it works out for me. And I love supporting local bookshops. So yeah. Anyways, let's get to the haul. Okay, I want to start off with like this journal because I mean, how freaking cute is this journal? I want to get into journaling. I just bought a fountain pen and I wanted to find like a really cute journal that I can journal for the fall and winter time. And I think this like totally hits the vibes on that. I actually have two books. I knew this was not all that I bought. I bought 2 bags. Okay. Okay. So first off, I purchased The Odyssey, by the translated by Emily Wilson. Well, first of all, like look at those edges. I'm not sure if you can see them, but it's kind of like ripped letters, or the edges are not straight. They're just like jagged. And I love that feel because it is like an older book. So you feel like you're a little bit more immersed into that old text. I got The Odyssey and they only had one left, so I had to snag it. Me and my cousin are actually doing a buddy read on this, and we got tickets to see the IMAX version of this movie on August 17th. I never read it in school, so I'm so excited to read this, and I'm excited to watch the movie because I think it's going to be pretty epic. But yeah, that was the first book that I picked up. The second book I picked up was Green City Wars by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and it sounds so interesting. Basically, they live in this world where animals are given some sort of like medication to have intelligence and similar to humans. These animals, they're also very helpful. For example, the mice in the city, they do all the cleaning work. And this story essentially follows a raccoon who's a private investigator. And I believe like a mice is missing and he needs to find this mice. And yeah, I thought this was such a cool premise. I've never read like animals being the main character and getting into their mindset. So yeah, that's Green City Wars by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I cannot stop hearing about Sunburn and like all of the great things about it. I don't think I've seen a bad review on this. I don't think I've seen a review less than 4 stars on this. I believe it follows a girl named Lucy, and she's ready to like live such an ordinary life until one day like her friendship with her friend Susanna escalates, and it kind of just follows her journey of coming of age. And I hear the writing is good. The prose are really great. That is Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Howard. The next book that I chose was Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt by Ben Reeves. I lost someone very, very close to me, a family member, about a month ago, and I've been dealing with a lot of grief, and I saw this book coming out and I knew I had to get it. This book follows Travis, and he's personified as death itself. I believe it's his conversations with people who are at the end of their life, kind of leaving this world and entering the next, and keeping them calm through that process. Definitely going to take my time reading this. I think that there's just a bunch of short stories all wrapped in one as he meets each person at the end of their life. I definitely want to get started on this and take my time reading it because I do hear the reviews are really great. So that's Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt by Ben Reeves. All right, now for the big reveal. Into this month wanting to find that like quintessential summer romance book. And here's the one that I decided has to be it. And that is Dolly All the Time by Annabelle Monaghan. This sounds really interesting. I'm going to read the back for you. Dolly Brick has never met a problem she couldn't solve, not when her mom left her when she was 12 and not at 30 when she moves in with her son back at Whitfield, Rhode Island for the summer to keep her dad and brother from losing their family home. So when she comes across Stuart Whitfield, annoyingly handsome scion of the Whitfield family, with a flat and the wrong end of a very public, very humiliating breakup, it's in her nature to help. But Stuart's proposed arrangement becomes more than either of them bargained for, because as public dinners and high society benefits turned into sunset boat rides and kisses that hit her bloodstream like ghost peppers, Dolly starts to feel something more than helpful. She never relied on anyone besides herself. Can she really start now? I hear so many people rave about this. I've never read an Annabelle Monaghan book, but I heard her writing is really great. I really like how the main character is older mom, and I'm excited. I love how there is that family dynamic aspect that plays into it, and this feels fun. This feels like a vibe. So it's official. Dolly All the Time is going to be my summer read, and I'm excited for it. Next up is an ARC. So if you're at Banter Bookshop and you spend over $100, they bring out this cart full of ARCs, and you get to pick one. And I picked The Memory of Borrowed Books. And I picked this because from the cover, I felt like it was super like cozy, and it was like a book about books, it looked like. So I didn't even read the back. It is supposed to come out on October 6th, and it's by Meg Anderson. I do love the feel of an ARC. Like, I'm always like jealous of people who get ARCs. I'm so excited to start my YouTube channel just so I can get my hands on ARCs. And yeah, so I don't know what this is about, but I'm definitely going to add this to my TBR. So yeah, it was my haul for the Banter Bookshop. So yeah, that's it. So next up is a used bookstore in the Bay Area. It's called the Friendly Corner Bookshop. They're gently used books for sale. And I was so shocked how many good books were there. And the people who work there are lovely and so kind. And I would definitely recommend going there and picking out a few books if you're in the area. Can I tell you guys, I can't even make this up. I feel like I manifested this actually. Before I walked into the store, I was looking for a very specific book that I've been seeing and wanting, but not really wanting to pay that like new book price tag for it. And that is All Fours by Miranda July. I have been wanting to find this book because I saw a book talker and he's like the really famous one. I don't know why. He's like, I can't even remember his name, but he's like that very famous guy that gives books to actors and actresses and he gets to interview them. But he had recommended this book. I heard him talk about it and instantly it stuck to my mind. Semi-famous artist announces her plan to drive across country from Los Angeles to New York City. 30 minutes after leaving her husband and child at home, she spontaneously exits the freeway, checks into a nondescript motel, and immerses herself in an entirely different journey. How many moms out there have felt like that's what they wanted to do? I feel like this book is going to be unhinged. I'm excited to read it and kind of get my own take on it. Not a bad copy. I'm not mad at it. And I only paid $5. That is All Fours by Miranda July. Okay, next up is Margot's Got Money Trouble. Like, this is a brand new book. I saw this book at the Ripped Bodice and I almost got it, but I'm so glad I didn't because I only purchased it for like $8 right there. And I hear so many people rave about this book. I think it follows a mom who starts an OnlyFans account to kind of support her family. And now looking back, a lot of these books are books about moms. I don't know how that happened, but for the audio book, it's very, very good of this. So next up, I have Names by Florence Knapp. This is so funny because I just had my son 3 months ago and we didn't end up naming him until the second day because I was telling my husband about this book. So nervous we wouldn't pick the right name for my son. And we ended up writing it out on the wall just to see how it's written. And we would pronounce it over and over again until we felt like we found the right name. And that was because of this book. It's about a mother who registers her son's name and she has to decide on what name they want to name their son. And so she's kind of deciding off of 3 different names. That's when the book, I believe, goes into 3 different timelines and follows each character as that name. After I did buy it, I went home and I researched the UK cover and the UK cover is so cute and I love it, but it's okay. I'm still going to keep this one. I also have this on my Hoopla app for an audiobook and I heard the audiobook is really, really good too. So I'm excited for that. I have like 21 days to finish it. So hopefully this will be one of my TBR picks. But yeah, so that's Names. I feel like I'm taking so long on this and so I'm going to start rapid firing through all the rest. Next one I have is Small Little Things Like These by Claire Keegan. And this was actually on my list of books to buy. I'm not sure what this book is about, to be honest with you, but I hear Claire Keegan packs a punch in these small novels. It's like brand new. I bought it for $6 and yeah, and it's hardcover. So I couldn't say no to that. The next one that I have is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. And I hear so many people talk about this. I almost picked this up at the Ripped Bodice as well, but I actually had a hold on this on the libraries. But when I saw it for only $4, I had to pick it up and it's brand new. So that was my haul for the used bookstore. Next up, I want to talk about the books that are as presents. My husband ended up getting me The Calamity Club. I hear so many great things. I'm definitely going to do this on audio. For those of you who don't know, the audio is on Hoopla. Also, like the cover, when I kept seeing it on other people's feed, I thought the cover was so ugly, but actually in person, it's so cute. Like the blue is very, very, very cute. I saw that it is 28 hours to listen to it, but everyone keeps talking about how great it is and the time will fly. You won't even feel it. So I told my husband about it and he got it for me for my birthday. So the next book that I have is The Infinite Sadness of Small Appliances by Glenn Dixon. The best way I can describe this book is as a cozy dystopian. It does follow these appliances that are sentient and their main goal is to help run your household as efficient as possible. I think this book, the cover art on this book is so cute and I'm obsessed. I've never read a cozy dystopian, so this will be a first for me. I've been trying to get into classics and the classics that I have read is The Great Gatsby. And so my husband got me this Chilton special edition Great Gatsby and I'm obsessed. It's so cute and I love it. Moving on to my last bookshop book haul, I have Barnes & Noble. I buy this emerald bag because she's just so cute and I love emerald colors. So I bought that. I also ended up buying this super, super cute throw. It's full of blankets and I've been trying to find something like this for like the longest time. And when I saw this, I thought it was the cutest thing. I got it for like $35 and I'm obsessed. I can't wait to open it and cozy next to it and read books, especially during the fall time. Because this was my birthday month, I had a few gift cards to Barnes & Nobles and I was able to buy all these with the gift cards. So, thank you everyone who got me a gift card for my birthday. I actually came into the store to buy 2 specific books. This was one of them. The Good Parts by It's either Evan or Yvonne Normandin. I was so excited to get my hands on it. Honestly, I almost missed it. I'm always recording and then I'll look back on the recordings and look and find other books that I'm like, how did I walk past that and not pick that up? Before I left Barnes and Nobles, I looked back on my recordings and I was able to find this. I'm so excited for this next book. I have officially chose the first classic that I will be reading, and that is Jane Eyre. And this freaking book alone has convinced me this has to be the book that I choose as a classic. I mean, she's pretty thick. Look how beautiful this children edition is. I mean, I was obsessed. And I walked past this a few times in the other bookstores, and when I got that gift card, I was like, this has to be the book that I purchase. So yeah, I'm going to buddy read it with my cousin, and we want to read it for the fall because it does give such gothic vibes. I'm so excited to get into it because the storyline sounds so interesting. I saw this last minute when I picked up The Good People, and so I wanted to pick it up too. It's called Small Boat by Vincent Delacroix, Small Boat. And I believe it's about a small boat that calls SOS, and the dispatcher doesn't end up helping them. I'm trying to have these smaller books like in my bag, so when I am traveling, I can stop and read it if I'm like, if I have like a free moment. The next book I have has been my most anticipated for July, and I'm so excited to share that with you. And that is Fishbone Cinderella by Elizabeth Lim. I love Elizabeth Lim's writing. I read, I don't know if you can tell, but I read A Forgery of Fate by her a while back. Carrie Reeds on YouTube had recommended her as an author, and I was obsessed. Like, Forgery of Fate was so YA, and I don't really gravitate towards YA books, but she did it so well. I love the writing, and this is her adult fantasy.
Hi guys, Future Me here. I wanted to get on here and let you guys know that my mic stopped working, so I couldn't really use the footage that I took, but I was very close to the end of my book haul, so there was 2 books left. One of them is my most anticipated release for July, and that is Fishbone Cinderella by Elizabeth Lim. I did read The Forgery of Fate, and I loved her writing. That was her YA novel, and this is an adult fantasy. I want to dive into this as soon as possible. I love her writing. I love how it takes place in San Francisco, and I live in the Bay Area, so this seems like a really, really fun one. And the last one is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. This is a classic, and I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm getting in my classic era. I feel so inspired to read this. This also has those jagged edges that my other Odyssey classic had, and I love that. I thought this was such a pretty cover. I think typically with this book there's 2 covers, and this one's the one that I like the most. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope that you guys can subscribe, like this video, or comment below on which new release books are your most anticipated, which ones have you recently bought, or which ones you guys are looking forward to buying. And yeah, I'm excited to see you guys in my next video.